I am magnetic to what I want. I repel what I do not want. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, that is your mantra for this week. I am magnetic to what I want, and I repel what I do not want. Let's get into the cards and see why that is the message, the mantra for you. But I love it so much. This is enabling you to have the power to draw and to attract into your life that what you really truly desire, and to understand that as you release and let things go, as you determine that they are not for you, that energy will be repelled away. I mean, what a beautiful way to start your reading. Okay, so we have the eclipse coming up this week. It's happening on May 5th at 15 degrees of Scorpio. Is a full moon eclipse. It is preamble, so it kind of runs underneath the horizon line, and so it's kind of it's illuminating from the bottom up the things that need to be brought to light. And overall, I would say these are messages that are hope that are coming out. It will be a very explosive, powerful energy on the day of the eclipse. Be sure to check the time zone calculator below so you know at what time it happens for you. But it has this energy of really a big emotional release, a little bit of a emotional hangover on the day following, and then I think we all get buoyed up by this energy and we're ready to go out there and go after what it is that we want. And so I am magnetic to what I want, and I repel what I do not want comes with the energy of the commitment. And so committing to what it is that you want, committing to the path that you want to go on, and the willingness to dive deep into that for yourself will allow you to have this new beginning that is happening for you. So the key to the situation here is you have, this is a Lenormand deck by Ciro Marchetti, and he has extra cards in here that do not show up in other ones, and you have 4 of his extra cards on here, which is really a lot, considering there's only 9 cards. So the key to the situation here is, there's actually 10. The key to the situation here is this labyrinth. So the labyrinth is it is a pathway that reminds you that we move in cycles. We move in as we follow this and we stay connected. This is the kind of labyrinth that will lead you to your destination. And so how you find your way to what it is that you seek, which looks to me like the templed path. It is the templed path that is following the calling of your soul, but it is very, it's reverence. There's reverence involved in it. There's a commitment, right? Once you get into the labyrinth, there's no way out. You have to go all the way. You have to complete it. And so you are moving through these cycles and you're moving in this direction, and you're being asked to go a little deeper emotionally into what it is you want, to pull forward the gifts and your talents, your hidden gifts and talents, they're saying. And so there's a lot of reflective energy involved here. We have the action to take is one of those bonus cards. It is the well, and the well is about dipping into your well of knowledge, information, skills, reflecting, looking down into the well of your own emotional waters and understanding what it is that you want to bring forth, because there is an opportunity for a new experience. We have the child here, the feminine energy receiving something new, and it's really hard to tell in this light, but this book is open, the light is shining on it. There's a rainbow, which means that after the storm there is a healing, and you have the rainbow showing up again here. There's a castle and there's toys, and so there is an opportunity to remember your child dreams, the dreams of your child, that castle dreams of your childhood, and how do you want to manifest and allow yourself, set yourself free. They're saying set yourself free to move on to the path that you want and to draw and attract to you what you want, and understanding that anything that is not of the highest and the best good for your own service and what it is you truly want to bring, repelling that away and pushing that away. And so here, this energy here of looking in the mirror and seeing yourself for who you really are. There's this reflection, this understanding that there are more than one facet to you, that, right, it's got 3 views, but understanding and accepting all the pieces and the parts of you, and that is part of what makes you the complete whole here. And so to complete this connection that you have with spirit, and aligning with your goals and your guides. So in the area of information, something seems a little risky, and I'm sure it's because it's a new beginning. It's uncharted territory. It's breaking free from a situation and moving forward. And I I just heard the devil in the details. So here in the area of the obstacle, we have the magnifying glass. And Mercury in retrograde does invite us, encourages us to slow down and look at the details. But I think it's the devil in the details says to me that perhaps you need to get out of your head and into your heart space and follow your dreams. And that's not saying don't pay attention to the details along the way. I do think they're really important. But I think that it's about what you really want to create and manifest for yourself. What this is following your, oh my gosh, following your intuition and the guidance and really tuning into your heart and following the path of your heart to this thing that you really want. In the area of resources, we have the moon, but this moon here, we have the moon that's on like, it's like at a stand like you would find a globe, right? And so it's going to move, and then it's holding the cycles of the moon. And so this is, again, the reminder that there are cycles within the cycles. There are cycles within the cycles. And right now with this eclipse, this energy over the next 6 months is really going to push forward something that you want and working with the cycles. And there is a retrograde that happens again. So we are currently in the retrograde that is happening in Taurus. And then Mercury is going to move into your sign, and then it's going to do a retrograde period in your sign also within the next 6 months. I don't have the date in my head and I can't think. So when I'm in channel, I can't think, and I'm so totally in channel, you can always tell me it's really fast when I'm talking. All right, so there is this retrograde, a chance to again go over the details coming up later. But right now it's about really following your heart and understanding and allowing this transformation to happen. There is something about the community you are in that has been sort of draining your energy. So either it's something about where you work, where you live, who you spend your time with. Maybe it's online watching too much news and information. There's something about the community that is somehow draining your energy, and you're being asked to instead step out onto your own path and move in the direction that you want to, and set yourself free from this. So while other people have things that they want to share, things that are valued, things that are important that will be coming through, it is important to weigh out what you're hearing to get all the perspectives to figure out what is the right perspective for you. And so while this community card is in the area of what's draining your energy, I almost wonder if it's not a little bit about pausing and taking a breath and listening to what people have to say in order to assess what it is that you need. And remember, you're going to attract what you want, repel what you don't. If it does not feel like what is in alignment with you, then it becomes noise that you can let fly away. But there feels like there may be some gems, if you are willing to dive deep enough into the conversation, that will come forward that will allow you to really get the information that you need to progress forward. You have here, I affirm that all life is sacred. I affirm that all life is sacred. And she has a little dragonfly above her head, and to me that means spiritual transformation. So there is a shift in your perspective. Here, she has set down the masks. I didn't even notice that before. We have masks in here, and we've got these little nested dolls, which would be the community, this needing to be like everyone else and masking ourselves up. But really, it is in the uniqueness and in the difference of the values and the opinions of different people that we can understand and ascertain where it is we want to move forward. And so here you have, I create harmony and I listen to opposing opinions. There is something that someone is trying to communicate to you that doesn't exactly mesh with what you've always thought, but if you will take a moment to sit with it, I think the perspective shift, and the perspective shift could simply be that people do what they do because they're operating from their own sense of wounding. And so while what they're doing is being directed at you, it is not because of you that they are doing it. And sometimes what that does is unlocks a door, a key to a cage that really unlocks this freedom of yourself, for your own self-expression, and this understanding, and then no longer does it hurt so much and you can let things go. And so there is a need to set yourself free from some kind of a merry-go-round that you have been on, some kind of a system that has gone round and round and round, and instead to complete the cycles and move to the future. Wow, move to the future, they just said. So here in your heart space, you have a major transformation that comes from deciding what has value to you and taking a bite out of it. We have this commitment card here that has all these cycles moving around it. And we have the snake of transformation about to take the bite of knowledge. There is some wisdom that is being offered to you. And if you will allow yourself to let it sit in your heart space and gather the knowledge and the wisdom from it, this sets you free from some kind of a situation that you're in, some kind of like a stuck energy, like you've been trapped in this way of thinking, and it may feel a little risky to take on this new energy, this new thing that takes you back to who you really authentically are, but it totally sets you free. In this deck, the rider is this marigold horse that has broken free from marigold. And he's flying over the rainbow. So again, I feel like it's coming out of a very difficult situation, but with a perspective shift, you set yourself free, either to view things differently, and so it's emotionally freeing, which I feel is very key here, or there's an opportunity to really overcome some fears, some doubts, some anxieties by seeing things from a different vantage point. As in, it's not actually that everybody's coming after you or whatever this feeling of fear is kind of coming up here, or that I have to be like everyone else in order to fit in. It really feels like an invitation to your own individuality, to be who you are, to really seek who you are and to utilize that energy. It's truly empowering what is happening here. So let's just see what gateway opens for you, what opportunity. You have the heart of source. Okay, that is this. That is this labyrinth, the heart of source. It is the deep dive into your own inner light, your own inner wisdom, your own inner knowledge, and being willing to shape shift, to transform, to become and to move in a new direction in your thought process and how things resonate in your heart. What it is that is true for you becomes what is true for you becomes the compass that you can really use to move yourself forward. Let's get into what it says in here as far as the heart of source. This is Kyle Gray's Gateway of Light activation. You are connecting directly with the heart of source, the creator of love and life. You are blessed to receive this card, for it shows the cup of your heart is being filled with love until it overflows. The divine energy that is within you now is helping you to melt away any blockages so that you can be given, so that you can be open to love, acceptance, and appreciation that you deserve. That love, acceptance, and appreciation that you deserve has to start with you. There's nothing wrong with you, Virgo. And just because you do things a little differently than everyone else and you see things a little differently, it doesn't make it any less valid. In fact, it might make it more valid. Your unique perspectives become really important in the whole larger scheme of things. And Virgo, so loving and accepting yourself for who you are, and what people call idiosyncrasies or your rigidness or your compulsive behavior. These are words that I've often heard Virgos describe themselves as. I think it is your superpower of organization and of being able to see things in a different way than everyone else does. Your ability to those nesting dolls, right? To see what fits inside of what each of the aspects of everything is and how it all fits together to complete a picture, they're saying, to complete the whole. And so whether this is on a project that you're working on, in a relationship, or whatever this thing is that is so important, working from your heart and trusting and believing in yourself and choosing to view what other people think are oddities. That's a really odd word. Oddities, whatever it is that makes you different, that sets you apart, that makes you feel uncomfortable in a community situation because other people don't understand, and they don't understand because that's not their gifts, and so they're working at it from their perspective. You need to work at it from yours. And when you honor and you respect your differences in yourself and in others, as everybody's individual gifts that we bring to the party here, this party on the planet Earth, then you open a lot of doors. And so you're being encouraged to view yourself in a loving way and give yourself permission to be loved. If you've been holding back for a while but now are ready to share the love you have within, this card lets you know that it's safe to do so. You are love, loving, and lovable. Great mantra. So, secondary mantra, I am magnetic to what I want. I repel what I do not want. I am love. I am loving, and I am lovable. And I actually have used that mantra a lot over the years. I have a lot of Virgo placements, and there was a lot of self-judgment, very critical voices in my head that had to be reprogrammed to be kinder and gentler with myself. And so one mantra that I used a lot to help me heal through this process was that I am love. Right? I'm a spark of the divine. The divine is love. Therefore, my DNA is love. I am love. I am loving. I choose to love others. I am loving and accepting of who they are. And I have chosen to love some people who have definitely created a lot of trauma and drama in my life, and yet I love them. It is a choice I made. It is a decision I made. I choose to be love. I recognize that I am love, and I choose to be love. Therefore, I have to exude love out into the world. That does not mean I allow these people to negatively impact me, right? I repel what I do not want. I can love you and not want to hang out with you. I can love you and accept you for who you are, and that you are also working through life through your own traumas that had happened to you, and that you are dealing with that. I can love and accept that about you, and I can care about that, and I can be compassionate about that, but I do not have to allow you into my space to bring your toxic energy. And I don't usually use that word, but that's what it feels like. It feels very much like it's confining energy. It's like dragging me down, right? It's trying to keep me trapped on this merry-go-round of life. I am free. I can set myself free by choosing to love you and yet not engage with you, right? I can love, and I am lovable. My energy signature that I put out into the world is one of love, and therefore, since I love myself and since I am open to love, I am going to attract people into my life who also understand the value of loving themselves, know how to be lovable, know that they can be loving, and they are also lovable. And so we will attract the energy, that magnetic attraction of the things that of the energetic signature that we are. And so it's a choice and a decision to love yourself. It's a choice and a decision to love your enemies, right? Love your enemies. It doesn't mean you need to hang out with them, and it doesn't mean that you have to open yourself up to repeatedly being trampled on, stomped on, kicked, or whatever, right? You don't do that, but you can love the essence of who they are, which is at the core love, because they came from love, right? They came from source just as you did. And our expression into the 3D world is not necessarily what you may prefer or what even they prefer, but we can love the soul and avoid the 3D aspects, the manifestation, right? We don't need that. If we don't want it, we don't have to have it. So step forward, claim your worth, and enjoy a new level of spiritual openness. You are truly blessed. And like I said, this dragonfly here definitely says a spiritual awakening here, as does this temple type path card here. I affirm that all life is sacred. I affirm that all life is sacred. My life is sacred, and your life is sacred. And even if I don't agree with the path that you're choosing, or it's not one I want to walk on, or whatever, that doesn't matter. I can accept, right? I listen to to opposing opinions, and I create harmony. I can be in harmony with your choices. This doesn't mean I have to hang out with you, right? You have freedom. All right, Virgo. I think that this eclipse is going to give you an opportunity to really see clearly some things, and I think it allows you to really open up some doors of understanding and gives you the energy to really step into your own empowerment through the heart space. Very powerful. All right, you guys, I'm on Facebook every day. I really get into the astrology a lot more over there. So if you want to know more about the astrology of this eclipse, I would definitely go over there and check out some of those videos. And I'm also going to, for this Venus time through Leo, where she's really working with our self-worth and self-esteem from the heart space, very much this energy that you have going on here. There's going to be something, and I don't know what that is yet. We're still working it out. But that'll only be available by being connected over there on Facebook in the Facebook group, and that is in this description box below, the link for that. So thanks for sharing your journey with me. When you guys leave comments and you tell me what's going on in your life, it's very exciting, and I like that we're building a community here. So thank you. You guys take good care, and I will see you on the other side of this eclipse.